Hello and welcome to the Women in Tech video series sponsored by the New Hampshire Tech Alliance. My name is Shannon Herman and I'm a Senior Recruiting Manager for Alexander Technology Group, and I'm also honored to serve on the Board of Directors here at the Tech Alliance. One area of focus for the New Hampshire Tech Alliance is to continuously highlight individuals and companies who are making a dramatic impact here in our state. This video series is part of our Tech Women, Tech Girls initiative. Today I'm joined by Rebecca Woods, the CEO and founder of Bluebird Leaders. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me today. Bluebird Leaders was created to have a community for women in IT and healthcare IT. We're a 501c3 and we just met our 2-year mark this month.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
As you know, we sent a few questions over to kind of talk through how you're making a impact as a leader here in technology in New Hampshire. The first question that I have is, what challenges have you personally overcome in your career, and how did those experiences, impact or shape your career in tech?
Sure. Everybody has challenges throughout their career, especially as a woman growing up and having a career in the tech industry, which is dominated by men, which is why I founded Bluebird Leaders, to have more women in the industry. I would say my biggest challenge was at the height of my career, I was CIO at 30, so worked my way up to be a CIO at a hospital system at 30, then moved over to another role outside of IT. The organization was doing really poorly financially, and I was one of the ones chosen to be laid off. So the height of my career, get a layoff, which a lot of people don't talk about. And I actually took that summer off and hung out with my kids. I'm not a school teacher, so it was really great to be with my little ones. Ran my first marathon, so I did a lot of thinking while I was on the road and hitting the pavement. And then I actually founded my IT advisory firm called Bluebird Tech Solutions. So we're almost 7 years old, and it was partially due to my husband, who gave me a big push and said, you can do this.
That's incredible. Taking the time to honor that you needed some space and figure out how to pivot.
Yeah.
Good for you doing it.
Thanks.
So many people jump into what's next first without thinking of what feels right.
Yeah.
So that's a really inspirational story.
Thank you. I think the message is, even at the rock bottom, and you work your way up to climb that mountain, it's always shinier at the top, and definitely has been. I wouldn't turn back. I'm very thankful for what I thought was one of the most challenging parts of my career so far.
Well, I think that you shared one of the most challenging parts of your career, but maybe what's one of the most proud moment, your proud moment of your career to date?
I think my proudest moment was 2 years ago when my girls helped me click that launch button for Bluebird Leaders, and we launched and went live. And then just 4 months shortly after launching Bluebird Leaders, we had our first conference, which was here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and we had about 80 women, and some fly over and some international. So we also have completed a second conference, a third one coming in September, and just this spring we went international and had a women's executive retreat in Aruba. So love just bringing all the women together to network and having a phone a friend.
Absolutely. I mean, developing communities is such an important part of
Absolutely.
what we do as leaders, and
Yeah.
making those connections of people that might not know each other beforehand, right?
Right, and I think as women, we're scared to talk to each other. Sometimes it's that intimidation factor, but really we need to have that network and that phone a friend to help either elevate or find the next job, or you're stuck in a rut and you call somebody what to do. We need to create that community.
Excellent. Well, great job. And it sounds like you're successful at doing that so far. Wow, that's a lot to accomplish in a short time. I guess, if we're thinking about all the things you're accomplishing professionally, how do you balance the roles of that such a high demand job with the rest of your life and keeping yourself sane?
We don't, do we?
I'm not good at it.
It's complete chaos. So I have 2 companies that I founded and I run. I also joke that I have an Uber job because I have 2 girls that are very active in dance, gymnastics. Literally, I posted on LinkedIn yesterday that I drove to Needham so that my oldest could dance for 3 hours in a church, and I posted on LinkedIn I was working from the pews. So if that gives you any idea of the chaos and the come home and you do dishes, you're back at it. It's part of entrepreneurship. You end up working a lot. But, my mom always says, "You're working all the time." But I tell her, I absolutely love what I do. And I love helping people find what they're passionate about and loving what they do as well. Otherwise, why work,
Right.
right? To find a different job.
Exactly. Well, it sounds like your career fills you up, but you're also setting a pretty great example for your daughters too.
Absolutely. And hopefully other women in the tech industry as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate
Yeah,
having you.
thank you so much. It was great being here.